I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get drown out my problems, let me When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week. Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the 2nd round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke up a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Point it right. 58 Mike.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hey, alert! Hey, let go.
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And it's the Panthers there out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. Odell Beckham Jr. And he'll take it in. Odell Beckham, 78 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. The point after is good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. From the 22, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon. Excellent job on that play. A big, big loss. 18 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. Fights loose. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Landry now on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Push him back. Push him back. Check 24. Check 24. 58. Come on. Don't get it.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Mayfield now from the 50. He's got Higgins over the middle. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working out of the gun. Mayfield completing it to the right side. Johnson. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like it.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. William Hayes, the pride of Winston-Salem State, coming in to drop him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, orbit.
Mayfield to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Joseph is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Check three.
In a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 49-yard line. Set, hut. 15 on it. 15 on it. Here we go.
Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He wants it all for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on second down, Mayfield. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. A first down carry here for Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
A second down throw for Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
58, right there. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
I'm just pointing right, pointing right, pointing right. Let's go.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Stop your whining.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. No problem there on the extra point. And the rout is on here in this first half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Hey, Stew.
On 2nd and 13, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was Rashard Higgins. But now it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He finds Beckham, complete. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The tackle made by the corner, Jimmy Smith.
A gain of 2.
40 wants the mark. 40 wants the mark. Check.
Hey, one alert.
From the 41, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd down.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
That's good for 28 yards.
It's a gain of 20.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Olivier Vernon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
32-yard line.
Hey, 33. Hey, Haywood.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Mayfield from the gun on third down. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Let's go, baby. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Run.
Following the interception, Mayfield rolling to his right. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And the Browns first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. Give him a couple on the catch. It's second and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it fourth down. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Ingram again, a first down carry. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Olivier Vernon brings him down. From just shy of midfield, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. From the gun, Jackson. eluding the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. Sliding. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Kill. Hey, on 133. I got you.
Chubb. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On third down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch that in, tight end's right. The 46-yard line.
Hatch it. Shift.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for Cleveland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.